today we're going to be tying the JuJu Bee. And today I'm using the Risen Barbless Emerger 2488 in size 18. You can see the info here: straight eye, 3x wide, 3x short. You can use any hook, doesn't have to be these. I do like it quite strong actually, especially for a small fly like this. If you're going to hook into a good sized trout, you don't want this bending on you. So we are going to, oh, by the way, so the thread I'm using is Vivas 14-aught. It is a flat thread, or can be. And so we're going to start so we're going to start the thread here, giving about an eye length space behind the eye of the hook. And then I'm going to uncord this to make this flat. Next, I got two different colors of Supreme Hair. So this is Supreme Hair in black and one in red. You can see there. So I'm tying a black and red. You can tie these in any color. They come in a bunch of different colors. White and black is popular, but I'm taking two strands of the red and one strand of the black. I'm gonna cut that off like so. I'm gonna do a pinch wrap and then pull back that so that way it's out of the eye of the hook. Again, with flat thread, you want to just keep this body as flat as possible. You want to bring this back as far into the bend of the hook as you can. You don't have to go too crazy, but flatten out that thread again. So I keep spinning the thread counterclockwise to make a super flat thread here. That's going to make sure that this winds on properly. Alright, so as you can see, I got two of the fibers in red and one in the black, and I am going to start winding this on. So you want to make sure these are touching wraps. So I come forward, come up over, and pull back. Oh, it's not working. Alright, so the first one here just always gives me trouble. Alright, so whichever way they are going, right now it's two red and then one black. Can go red, black, red. It doesn't matter. You just want to keep that the same. And you want to make sure these are touching wraps. What that's doing is, now you're creating a ribbed body. And with the white, see, if you were going to use this in a black, this would not work because that red wouldn't show through. It's like a black thread. So that's why you want to tie with the white at first. Cut that off close. And then, now you're done. There's the body. We are going to whip finish. Doesn't have to be a big whip finish. Just 2 or 3 turns is fine. And now for the head, I'm stepping up in the size of thread. I'm going to go with black with the 10-aught. And we're going to just start the thread, still leaving a little space up by the eye. And come back, cut off close. Let's make that pretty even here. I'm going to counter wrap our thread because this is a flat thread. Okay, so we're going to come up, still leaving ourselves a little space. All right, next I've got this, it's called fluorofiber, and it's a really fine material. And I grabbed 10 strands, okay? 10 to 12 is good, but roughly around 10. Let's wrap this so it jumps back. There we go. So we're just going to make 2 wraps up by the head. I'm going to pull this back out of the eye and then wrap this back. Okay. Now we're going to build a bit of a thorax here. You can tell my thread is still flat. We're going to come up. I'm going to tighten up that thread a little bit so it's not flat. I'm going to pull everything forward, that fluoro, and just rest it there. We can kind of yank on this a little bit. Make sure that's directly on top. And then make a tight wrap. And we're going to split this in half. You don't have to count it every time. Once you get the hang of it, you can kind of see the difference, but if you put 10, make sure you got 5. So on this side, see how the thread, once I start wrapping it, it's going to want to pull that fiber up. So I pull on this side towards me, since I'm wrapping clockwise. I'm gonna pull this down and make a wrap, make a second wrap, and that ends up leaving that there. But on this side, when I pull back, so you just want to pull these back, I'm kind of pulling up a little bit, which wraps that about right. All right, so now let's build a small little head. We are going to now whip finish. Trim off excess. Then we pull everything back. I'm going to come up and get our scissors right at the back of that wing case there and trim everything. There we go. Now for the final step. We got this Solarez Ultra Thin. This is going to make a nice shiny little head on it. It's going to look like the head of a bug. You could use just varnish or whatever you want, but just a little touch all the way around. It's not only going to give it a nice look, but that's going to cure hard and keep that whip finish together. It's almost going to make it look like there's like a little bead right up front. And there we go, that's the JuJu Bee. A little bit of fiber there. Just stuck to the to the fly. But there we go. It's ribbed. You could do black and white, you could do olive and white, or whatever colors you want. But it's pretty simple. You could bring that wing case back just a little bit more. I probably was too far forward, but roughly that's it. It's a really good pattern for midge imitation, and it's pretty durable because this is kind of like a almost like a fishing line kind of mono in a way, this material. Okay, the Supreme hair, all of it is synthetic except for the thread, which is probably synthetic as well, but so it's pretty durable. It's a good fly. It's pretty simple to tie. Once you get the hang of it, you can tie quite a few quickly. I would say the most difficult part is this body, but it's really not that hard once you get the hang of it. And there we go. I hope you like this. If you haven't already, please check out my sponsor, Risen Fly. It's hard to beat with their hooks. Really sharp, as you can see, just barely touch it, and it's like right into my skin. I don't want to push too hard or it'll hurt because they're super sharp. But and they're strong hooks. Not just these hooks, they have a whole bunch of different hooks, a wide variety. They also sell rods and reels and anything else you need. Well, for fishing, really, you could pretty much buy everything you need there. to fish. Okay, so whatever they don't carry though, I will link to other places. Like they don't carry fluorofiber. That's a name brand, so if you want that specific, you know, I can link to somewhere else that carries that. But definitely check them out. Go to their website, www.risenfly.com, and then also type in McFly at checkout, and you'll actually get 15% off of your first order with them, which is pretty cool. They already have awesome prices, so with that 15%, it's going to be the best you can find anywhere. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, hit that like button, and I will see you guys on the next video. Now you go catch some fish.